Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Uh, this is Paradise Killer. Um, and I'm Mario Lagrange and all that good stuff. Uh, yeah, this game, has been on my radar for a while as something that, you know, I figure I'll probably enjoy. But, for various reasons, I haven't gotten around to it until now. So we're gonna play this game. I don't know that much about it beyond that it's very aesthetic, and I'm going to be doing some detective work, and I'm pretty sure people die. We'll see. I mean, that's the only thing you ever do detective work for in games like this, right? It's never like you're solving a lost dog. Anyways, I'm gonna play Paradise Killer. I already poked through these options, so I think we should be good to go. Let me know if the game audio is too loud. I can turn it down, but I think this is probably fine. Okay.
Paradise Killer.
That's true. It is Paradise Killer. Welcome, investigator. You will soon enter a paradise where fact and truth are not the same. Explore paradise in your own way and find the truth. Paradise Killer has a wealth of accessibility options. Please tailor the experience to best suit your needs. Paradise Killer does not autosave. You must use the save points on the island. Saving a record of your existence is free and easy and leads to a happier paradise. Sounds good. Old school JRPG rules. The Syndicate created the first Paradise Island to worship their dead alien... What? Guided by leader Montserrat, the Syndicate attempt to resurrect the gods by forcing citizens into psychic worship rituals. However, the worship invites demonic corruption from beyond the stars. The islands always fail. The islands die, and a new Paradise Island is born. The cycle repeats. What the fuck? What? This is not what I thought this game was gonna be. Okay. Island Sequence 13. Lady Love dies. The Syndicate's lead investigator is deceived by the god-damned Harmony. She endangered paradise. Her sentence is eternal exile. The island could not be saved. Demonic corruption began to infect the fabric of paradise. The island died. The citizen slaughter ritual took place. Another Paradise Island failed. The cycle always repeats. Lady Love Dies watched from exile in the Idle Lands as each island flourished and died. Each iteration got closer to perfection. Demonic corruption events decreased. Island 24 was almost perfect, until Henry Division, a lowly citizen, got too close to the gods. He allowed demons to flood the island. The citizens were once again slaughtered. The council began the meditation to end 24 and birth Perfect 25, but before they could complete it, Paradise was killed. Cool. Okay. So this is this is not the semi-grounded game I thought I was getting. This is instead some shit. Okay. The crime to end all crimes. I don't know how much voice acting I should be doing. I didn't expect to be doing a ton. It's gonna be funny if it's just me. The splend taste. The islands define the whiskey. This looks like a guy and a girl. Okay, hold on. Let me figure this out. Okay, I can figure out character voices. This one definitely tastes of embers. She put the fire out. Was it a cosmic dream? No. They called on her. That doesn't even make grammatical sense. Does he just not use punctuation? Is he just too cool for punctuation? They needed to. It'll be easier to voice these characters, like, once they're on screen. Let's see. Lady Love Dies, 24th Island Sequence. Born at the longest tower of Britain in AD 1000 under the sign of Kiss Me to the Moon. The Syndicate's lead investigator. After the Damned Harmony incident on Island 13, the Paradise Psycho unit was shut down, and Love Dies was exiled to the Idle Lands as punishment.
Another day in exile.
Oh god, thank god they're voice acting. Okay, they just didn't want to reveal the voices. That's... okay. I wasn't prepared for this to be a voice acting stream, and I'm glad it's not. Oh, apparently it's partially a voice acting stream. Ugh.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh god, she's so British. No, Danganronpa 2 will probably be starting later this year. Me and Thomas are working on some side stuff at the moment, and don't really have time to squeeze in Danganronpa. But I do have time to squeeze in this, which I'm told should be a similar-ish experience. The graphics... it's not quite Danganronpa. There's a very specific vibe I'm getting that I can't quite place. Wistful photo obtained. The outside of the Paradise Psycho unit before it was disbanded. The last photo that was taken of me back on Island 13. That's a shitty photo. Oh yeah, it could just be the game engine. A portrait of me painted by Lydia before I was exiled. Thanks Lydia, whoever you are. Also, what the fuck is this? I don't even, I haven't the faintest fucking idea what kind of voice to give this. The first person you've spoken to in 3 million days. Okay, freak voice. I mean, I can do, like, Monokuma, but worse. Can you taste it in the air? Oh, I've got options. Don't make me repeat myself. This feels like it's going to be a bad day. She has to be so British. Her voice lines so far have been like painfully British. Cool it, Love Dies. You're getting a call. A call? Oh, you're in for a treat. You used to be the Syndicate's investigator, right? They're talking about you down there. They need the investigation freak. Time to get back in the saddle. Get out of the Idle Lands and get back to work. Exile is over. The game is censoring that. I think that might be a setting. I think I might be able to turn that off. I thought I had it turned off, but I might have read it backwards.
Why?
Why is a demon in the Idle Lands? The names I'm not even gonna fucking try. You can call me Shinji. I'm just here to hang. I've got no horse in this race. What race? Someone's made a move against the Syndicate. People are betting on the wrong horses. What do you want, Shinji? I like a good bit of murder. It's a good time. The best time. I'm just here to watch the results play out. You've got some solving to do. Some investigating, some looking real hard, some good thinking. Time to weave some truth, Love Dies. Anyway, I gotta bounce. Go get your laptop. You're gonna need it. See you on the island. I have no idea what's going on. That little runt said I need to find my laptop. He must be Starlight. Every investigator needs an assistant. Starlight is up by the barrier that overlooks the island. Okay, sure. I guess I can leave. This is a, hell of a place to be exiled to. Oh, I can jump. This is one thing Danganronpa needed, was a jump button. There's a crouch button, too. I got a coffee maker. Cool. That's my laptop, but there's other stuff over here. Oh, there is a sprint button, thank God. Amy, how often do you jump IRL? I don't, but that's why I want to be able to jump in my video games. It's called escapism, Shub. Well-read book obtained. A well-read book about an ex-gangster that decided to become a master of grilled chicken skewers. So, she's just a fan of Way of the House Husband? I have no idea if that's an intentional reference, but it sure reminds me of Way of the House Husband. Okay, so I need Starlight for this.
That's strange. Why?
Why is Starlight unlocked? 3 million days up here, and now she's calling out to me. Okay, so this woman is a fucking nerd. The way she talks about her computer, like, I'm a fucking nerd, and I don't talk about my computer like that. Okay. I guess I need to go refill my glass of water if y'all are gonna start fucking redeeming hydrate, because I am out of water. I think I owe Rosalina one too.
What the hell?
Okay, I'm gonna leave it on this screen real quick, and I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. My roommates are watching fucking Bluey. But I've got water now. Where'd my controller? Okay. So, here's one for Synth. And here's one for Rosa. And there you go. Don't make me get up to get more water. I'm gonna get annoyed. Okay. No more hydrate redeems. I don't want to chug this glass. I want to pace myself. Phone call from the judge is unexpected.
Lady Love.
Okay. Lady Love dies. Madness has overtaken the island. That happened a long time ago. The council were murdered as the new island was born. Is this a prank? Leader Montserrat is dead. The council are dead. This is no joke. A killer tried to take everything from us. The syndicate is about to collapse. You need an investigator, and you're in luck. My diary's pretty empty today. Lady Love dies. I've authorized the use of Starlight. Take her and come to the island.
Investigate.
Your exile is over. The prison doors are open.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Judge, the barrier's still up.
The door to truth will open.
Starlight can dance her way through it. Fall down to us and breathe life back into paradise. Am I gonna be doing a fucking British accent this whole stream? I don't like where this is going. And you want me to just fall to the island? The islands haven't changed. The fall won't hurt you. Step off into the abyss and drop to the island. Lydia will be waiting for you.
Time to breathe life back into paradise.
Alright, she already said that one. Alright, so instead of solving a normal and just slightly vaporwavy murder, I'm gonna be solving a weird and fucked up murder. Here, I'll give a little more audio on stream for this. A nightmare computer from the depths of space that uses a language born on a long-dead world. Syndicate never upgrades. Starlight can emulate the OS and break down the components used in the symbols, but I need to work out how they're used. Haven't seen these symbols before. Looks like a hieroglyphic language. I need to find a clue to know which symbols release the lock. I can brute force it with trial and error, but I'm a busy woman now. Starlight can see the answer. I need to work out how to make it. Some of these parts should make the symbol I need. I need to select components from the ones available and match them to the top image, completing the puzzle. So I'm just trying to make this goat. Seems fine. Okay, sure. Hieroglyphics. Takes me back to university. I was the only one in that arcane text class.
Sure.
Looks like the language is divided into different groupings of symbols for different types of objects in the civilization found important. The rest of the Syndicate can't decode these. They have keys coded to specific machines they're allowed to access.
I don't like this.
The data on the Nightmare computers is tamper-proof, sealed machines that hook into the fabric of the island. There'll be more on the island that I can unlock. Judge said they need me down the island. The people that exiled me are dead, and I need to find out the who, how, and why. Time to fall into a pit of crime. A leap of faith into the sun-drenched abyss of memories, secrets, and crime. You said crime like 5 times. Oh. 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 Alright, well. Oh man, this is a banger.
Paradise Killer.
The cut to title screen really makes me feel like we ate shit and died. The Paradise Gates. The passage to the next island sequence. The gates are in lockdown until I solve this case. Okay, sure. Is there like a map button? There sure is. I'm like way over here. This is also not quite the type of map I was looking for, but this is fine. Who is Henry and why is he in the desolation cell? What did he do?
Blood crystal obtained.
Blood crystals. Oh, you know what? You're right.
Game saved.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
Lydia, it's been too long.
I'm glad you're back, LD.
No, I'm glad you're back, LD.
Video gameplay.
Oh god, I have to voice the computer, too. Born in Mwana Falls, Kenya, in AD 1001, under the sign of Beautiful Spectre. The Syndicate's ferrywoman, responsible for transporting the Syndicate to new island sequences. After an uninteresting childhood spent in worship of Beautiful Spectre, she enlisted in the army during her teens. Lydia became known as a Titan Killer after she successfully defended a temple complex from 3 monstrosities born from beyond the stars. She retired from the world of assassination when she met Sam Daybreak, fleeing to join the Syndicate altogether.
Sure.
Or together, rather. Thanks, Starlight.
Why?
Starlight's giving you the full 101, huh? I don't know why I've given her this voice. I've been in exile for 3 million days. She obviously thinks I need a refresher. What'd I miss?
Evil stuff, LD. Last night was a killer.
Council were killed just as the next island was born. Word is a killer got in their building and took a knife to them.
How?
How are you feeling? Messed up, LD. This is the worst. The island needs an investigator. You shouldn't have been exiled, LD. We need you down here. Judge told me to bring you to him. Well, I may as well. I may as well make sure. Are you the killer? Can we wrap this up quickly? Straight into the investigating. Nah, I was part way through a drop-off at the Paradise Gates. You can check the logs. One thing before we go, LD. I can ferry you around the island if you need me to. Save your feet from a hike. If you need a pickup, call me on one of the phones. Phones are deactivated since it's the end of the island, so you'll need to fire them up again. Alright, so fast travel. I already activated this phone for you in case you need to come back here.
Ferrywoman reporting for duty.
Alright, ferrywoman reporting for duty. Time to ride, LD. Cool. Oh, this is not what I was expecting. Seatbelts on, LD. How was exile? 3 million days just flies by. Cheer up, Buttercup. You're back on the island now. Back in the game. Up to me to find out the truth. Criminal to catch a criminal. An investigator to catch a criminal. I'm messing with you. I don't think you're all bad. You got deceived by a god and let him conspire to kill the entire syndicate. No biggie. We don't have any investigators except you. No offense. None taken. I like your perfume, by the way. Oh, thanks, LD. Fruity one in it. It's a unique blend that I got made especially. It's nice. Have to get some on the next island. Sorry, LD. Blend's my own secret recipe. We're almost there. Go and speak to Judge. If you want to hang, I'll be on the pier. It's been so long since I performed investigation. Getting the fire back.
I was born to investigate.
Never left, I was born to investigate. Go get him, LD. Okay, cool. My old gun. When the time comes to execute okay, so I'm just gonna shoot the killer? I guess?
Hello, Judge.
Good to see Justice again. Birthplace, forgotten. Birth sign, forgotten. Every society needs a form of justice, and a syndicate member volunteered. They believed so deeply in impartial justice that they scrubbed their ego and fused themselves to the island, becoming Judge. They would become the embodiment of justice, acting on behalf of the island. Starlight is helping you navigate through the Sea of Truth already.
Judge.
Welcome back to the blood-stained paradise, Lady Lovedays.
The investigator is here.
Tell me about the crime.
Paradise Killer.
The council are dead. Our leaders are gone. The black pall of crime hangs over us. Leader Montserrat has been taken from us.
What the hell?
The whole council were murdered at once. They gathered to birth the new island, our perfect new home, Perfect 25. At the end of the meditation, the killer struck. Arrogance put the entire council in one room. Hubris is a large gap in armor. If you're a murder junkie, that's quite the hit.
What time?
Midnight, the holy hour, the hour of weird, the hour of... Judge, I get it. All of the council were murdered last night at midnight.
That's it.
Do you have a suspect? It's a miracle. A mass murderer in custody. Henry Division, a citizen possessed by a demon. He's killed before, a decade ago. He came back. We found the knife in his hand, the council's blood in his stomach. Okay, so he didn't do it. The oppressed rise up. Who would have thought?
Where?
Where's the crime scene? The council's own penthouse. The brutalist tower that reaches to the sky. Has anyone been in there?
Investigate.
The council are protected by 4 holy seals. Only our leaders can open them. We cannot get into the crime scene. We cannot assess the slaughter.
How?
How'd the killer get in?
Truth waits for you.
Truth waits for you in the shadows. Truth waits behind the Truth hides behind the smoke of crime. We only know the nature of the first holy seal. 2 of the finest God Justice Marshals stationed as guards, as sentinels. Both butchered by the monster. Demonic sigils covered the suspect's body, scorched onto him by the astral demon inside him. Those same sigils are daubed in the marshal's blood at the entrance to the council building.
Don't test me.
If no one's been in the crime scene, how do you know the council are dead? Their work is done. A new island has been born, yet they have not emerged from their chambers. The accused was found with a red slick knife and a belly full of blood of the council members.
Investigate.
In this instance, the answer to the terrifying equation is dreadful murder.
The investigator is here.
I'm going to assume there are no eyewitnesses if it's a locked room murder. None that have come forward.
Why?
Why would someone decapitate the syndicate now? Is it an interloper? A god? A desirer of power? Is it naked ambition played out with a knife in a penthouse? I love how Judge answers every question in the most, like, circuitous and roundabout way possible. She's really good at, like, answering around the question. And I mean, like, she gets there eventually, she just really takes the scenic route. A power play. A sicko killing for kicks. The world is a twisted place. It wouldn't surprise me. The balance has existed for a millennia.
Who?
Who's running the show now? I installed Architect Carmelina as the acting leader. We have birthed Perfect 25, a wonderful new home of her design. She is best placed to oversee this new transition. As bizarre as this vision of crime is, there's a further anomaly. Just one. You remember KHX? Okay, that's a person's name, I guess. No, Master Craftsman. What about him? He's missing. We haven't had any contact with him for several days. Okay. This is doubly concerning, as he designed the second holy seal that protects the council.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Is he a potential killer? If you can track the right truth through the darkened forest of secrecy, you might be able to prove it. Lady Love Dies is at least, like, words. KXH is just letters.
Lady Love Dies.
Also, Judge did just answer my question with, dude, I don't fucking know, go figure it out. All words are letters. I know all words are letters. Fucking pedantry in my chat. Lady Love Dies, it's been a while since we needed you. The Syndicate is in danger. You're in danger. Unspoken things beyond the stars are in danger. The island will not give up its secrets easily.
Is paradise worth saving?
What is the truth? What are the facts? Are they the same? Evidence, testimony, they're yours to find, yours to take. We must find who did this.
Crime cannot hide.
Crime always wants to be found. The nature of crime is perverse. Point of clarification, but I have a disagreement with the statement you just made. Yeah, letters do exist. Just because something is a social construct doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Starlight has the blood records of the council. I've just updated Starlight with a blood sample of Henry as well. Use them to examine the murder weapon at the crime scene. I need this solved so we can move on to the new island. A suspect isn't enough. I need concrete proof. I am linked to Starlight, a conduit of justice. She will track your case files. She has just unlocked her suspect module.
Investigate.
Investigate, interrogate, find the gold evidence in the silt of the island. When you're ready, bring them to me, and we'll begin the trials. The trials will determine the guilty. Assemble your facts and present your truth to me. You may not understand your truths. Bring them to trial and we will reveal the guilty together and attain clarity. We can start the trials whenever you're ready. They will be the climax of your investigation, but you determine when that climax will be.
Truth waits for you in the shadows.
Are you ready to investigate? This island will try to hide the truth from you.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
Sure.
The journey into truth and justice begins.
A duel across the sun-drenched streets between the investigator and the truth. Paradise Island is yours. Prime details received. You know, for someone with no ego, Judge Sir likes the sound of their own voice. 2352. Henry Division escapes from the desolation cell. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 was guarding him. Midnight. The council are murdered. 3 minutes after midnight, Henry is found... What do you even call that in 24-hour time? 0:03? I have no idea. Midnight 03, sure. Henry is found outside of the council building by Akiko. Akiko informs witness that Henry has been found and that the first seal guards are murdered. Midnight 05. Akiko confirms to witness that the holy seals are closed. She cannot secure the penthouse. Midnight 06. Judge assumes authority over the island and locks the Paradise Gates. Midnight 32. Syndicate meeting is held in courtroom. Judge appoints Carmelina as acting leader. 3:16. Judge decrees that they are bringing Lady Love Dies out of exile. A full investigation will happen before the island ends. 3:31. Judge activates Starlight and waits for Lady Love Dies to make contact. Crime details ended.
Key item obtained.
Well, okay. It's 3 a.m., I guess. Dang, there's a lot of investigation notes already. Oh man, look at all these characters. Oh, I was hoping I'd get a bigger picture if I clicked on her. Hell of a name, The Witness to the End. I wonder if Sam and Lydia were the ones from the intro. KXH is literally just like a vaporwave statue head. That's literally the thing. Or at least that's the picture there. Grace Bloodlines is super dead. Allegedly. Okay, so I have a blood vial. And I have a blood sample from Henry. Whoa, that is a little more timeline than I expected. I did not expect man's prehistory. Alright, well... Okay. Let's investigate, I guess. AR mode. Oh, now I can see where everyone is. That's fun. Okay, so that's their tower. That's the crime scene. Okay. I feel like if I'm going to be a good investigator, I should go to the crime scene first. But also, hi guy. A moment of your time.
I hate demons.
Am I going to be seeing a lot of you? What now? I understand you've got a lot on your plate. A mass murder on an island full of weirdos and all that. I feel for you, I really do.
Got it.
Skip to the end. You know the blood crystals, that currency you guys are so precious about? I took the liberty of acquiring some while everyone was leaving. Where is this going? I redistributed the wealth. Who to? Not who, but where. I've scattered it around the island. You'll need it. Crimson Acid will trade you blood crystals for secrets. If you want a cold, refreshing beer on a hot day, it'll cost ya. Is it just me, or are the vending machines here a bit expensive?
Paradise feels wrong.
What would you know? You're from another planet. Hey! I'm just making conversation. Catch you later! Yeah, he explodes again. Goodbye.
Blood crystal obtained.
Cool, there's another one. I have to pay money to unlock fast travel. That's a little insane, but okay.
Fast travel unlocked.
And I have to spend money to fast travel. And I can't even look at my options until I pay the money. That's a little cringe.
Game saved. Starlight skins obtained.
How can this place be a paradise if it's capitalist? I'll browse. There's an angel ward. Kinda silly to me that there even is a vending machine. Don't know what it's for. There was a blood crystal back this way, I think. That I just completely... Yeah.
Blood crystal
Yoink.
obtained.
Tower that broadcasts music to the speakers on the island. There's a tape in here.
Music obtained.
New music file added. Fun. I don't need to unlock fast travel here. It's like 2 feet away from the last fast travel point. I feel like first things first is, I should unlock fast travel at the crime scene. And then I can worry about other places.
Music obtained.
I'll take all the free music.
Relic obtained.
Island sequence memento added. First island sequence. Our blessed island plan was formed. Ezekiel forms the council to lead us into new island sequences. Okay.
Relic
Second
obtained.
island sequence. A dreadful time. We learn of the demons in the stars and they come for us. Oh, it's raining. Silent Goat. The first god humanity had contact with. He gifted his power to the Syndicate while he was being tortured during the Great Betrayal. His gift allowed us to create the island sequences. Alright, cool. Thank you, Silent Goat. A nightmare computer.
Nightmare computer.
They're normally set up to see who's passed through a door or accessed a
Sure.
system. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, I do have the ability to do all this. I was slightly concerned for a second that I was, like, missing components.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Here's the logs of who entered and exited the Syndicate HQ last night. There's only one route to the Council building, and it involves going through the Syndicate HQ. If Henry did escape and kill the Council, he'd have come through here. Let's see.
the investigator is here.
Architect Carmelina left the HQ early through this gate. So did Yuri. Doomjazz didn't leave his clinic.
Analyzing.
That's weird.
Henry hasn't been logged coming through this gate. It's the only way he'd get to the Council building by himself. Is there another route he could have taken from his cell? Spooky! Okay, this is the stuff I've already figured out. Okay, so Doomjazz theoretically has an alibi. Henry, okay, Henry definitely did show up at the council building. He was spotted, so he would have had to have had help. I will continue saving.
Game saved.
Did I see a bonus? Unlock now for a free Starlight skin. Oh, I guess that's what you were saying earlier about it comes with a laptop background. I see. I understand. I still am saving up until we get to the tower itself. The hell? Are you here to take me away?
Where?
Where would I want to take you? To the ritual. Are you a citizen? Am I? I once was, but now I don't know. I'm lost. You're still here even after the citizen slaughter ritual preceding the end of this island. Why? Maybe the gods rejected my sacrifice? I don't know why I decided to give this guy, like, spooky ghost voice. I knew the ritual was coming. We all knew it, but it was sooner than expected. I thought we had a few more hours, so I left the house to go and find something I'd
Got it.
lost. And what was that? I'm over the bit. A stone that had fallen from my ring. It was something my wife gave me to celebrate our first lunar cycle together. It's got no value, she's found on the beach, but as we held her, troubles seemed to fade. Being close to each other is all that matters. We got married, I had it placed in my wedding ring. It fell out a few days ago. See, we're out looking for the stone. I was taking that stone with me. Before I found it, the marshals came and took me to the ritual. Today I begged to see a few more months. So he's just angry. Yeah, I'll take a side quest.
I need to investigate this.
It's... You know, it could be relevant. It could be relevant. The park between the Citizen and Syndicate apartments. Noted.
Relic
Splendid pamphlet obtained. A pamphlet about the celebratory gardens. They're dedicated to Gregory Complex, the syndicate member responsible for weaving the broken timelines together several sequences ago. His sacrifice will be remembered. Rip Greg.
getting saved.
That might be the closest save point to the... No, this is the closest save point. This is the one I'm wanting to unlock. Oh, this is Syndicate Apartments? I thought this was... Oh, this isn't the tower. Wait,
Ha!
did I get turned around? How the hell do I lose that giant-ass tower? Is this it? Hold on. What do you want? It's the end of the Syndicate. Thinking out loud, Loved Eyes. How the hell should I know? They're your people. Now piss off and investigate. Fucking okay. Thanks, buddy guy. I have a map. I could be using it. I am at the gardens. I'm almost at the... So I guess this probably is the council building. I guess it is... Oh yeah, there it is. Council building. It is quite ostentatious. Large.
Blood crystal obtained.
I have no idea if Love Dies can swim, and I'm not super keen to find out. Love dies, but does it swim? I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for that joke.
The investigator is here.
This knife is inscribed with "Always yours, Sammy baby." Must belong to Lydia. There's no blood on it. Probably washed away in last high
I
tide.
need to investigate this.
Blade is damaged though. Has nicks along it. Shame. This was a nice knife once. Alright, well. Found Lydia's knife outside the council room. I just have... Where's the entrance? How the fuck do you get in? I mean, obviously there's seals, but like...
Ha!
How the fuck do I even access those?
The investigator is here.
Someone's been littering. Or, maybe not. This bottle has blood in it.
Analyzing.
There are traces of the blood of every member of the council in here.
Ooh, the
No
investigator.
fingerprints. A weird and suspicious thing to find.
Sure.
Up above is the entrance to the council building where Akiko allegedly found Henry after the murder. Judge said Henry was found with the blood of the victims in his stomach. If he's being framed, this is a good way of getting it into him. Did someone do the murder, then take the blood from each victim, bottle it, and force Henry to imbibe it? Seems like a reasonable hypothesis. Here defining reasonable within the bounds of this particular universe. I still need to figure out a way in here. I guess that looks vaguely like elevator-y, but it doesn't look like it's... Oh, I probably need to get up on that walkway. Okay. Alright.
Respawning.
Love dies, cannot swim. Duly noted. Do I still have the thing I picked up? Yeah. Okay. Well, that was, dare I say, kind of cringe.
Those crystals obtained.
I guess this is the computer I already looked at, yeah. Yeah, okay, I've just looped myself back around here. Citizen services.
Relic obtained.
Fantastic crystallized tear necklace obtained. Still trying to determine the best way to get over there. I guess this looks promising. Yeah, here it is.
Those crystals obtained.
This is where I want to be.
Those crystals obtained. Fast travel unlocked. Getting saved. Starlight skin obtained.
Fun. Lots of fun stuff to go around. Let's go this way first. Ooh, I see. This is the murder weapon Henry was found with. Looks like a combat knife. Clean blade, but covered in blood. Starlight can run the blood.
Oh,
All the blood on here is from council members. There are 2 other blood samples here. Presumably from the dead marshals up ahead. This is where Henry was found after he escaped. If I find where he started from, I can compare the timeline to the distance. Well, then maybe I'll do that. The first holy seal protecting the council building is a pair of 2 high-ranking martial
that is
guards.
repulsive.
They were killed last night by whoever breached the council building. Time to find some evidence. Whoa. Whoa! Okay. There are ragged gashes across the throats of each soldier. The cuts were done with a blade, but not a perfect one. Nicks or damage on the blade probably caused the messy cuts. There are symbols drawn in the blood. They are demonic glyphs from a cosmic language I don't recognize. Well, the glyphs strike me as, you know, very easily a red herring if someone wanted to frame Henry. And given how hard as Henry is being framed, my assumption is to, you know, naturally conclude that he wasn't the one who did it. Messy cuts. So, I think it's very likely Lydia's knife was the real murder weapon. which doesn't necessarily mean Lydia did it. Especially since she, you know, claimed to have an alibi. But, yeah. These are the martial guards that formed the first of the Holy Seals. High-ranking marshals that were supposed to shield the council from attack.
Sure.
They were in someone's way. Okay, let's run the blood.
What the hell?
What the hell? Is this right? These aren't
The
marshals.
facts and the truth are not the same.
I don't know who they are, but this blood doesn't match the ones on record for the marshals assigned to guard duty. Spicy.
What the hell?
The hell is going on? They've been body swapped. Is Starlight wrong? This blood matches the blood on the knife. So either this knife was used, or it's been set up to look
I
like it
don't
was.
Like this.
They both had their throats cut. The lacerations
I
are
need to
ragged.
investigate this.
Probably done with a damaged blade.
Sure.
There are marks drawn on the blood.
Got it.
Blood matches the blood of the dead bodies. It's like they've been daubed with a
Got
finger.
it.
Maybe some kind of ritualistic
Is
marking.
this a fact or a
Henry
truth?
has demonic symbols burned into his skin as a result of his possession. This could indicate he was here. Okay then. I'm not quite sure what to make of the corpses being swapped out.
Mind travel unlocked. Game saved. Starlight skins obtained. Relic obtained.
Grotesque pyramid charms. I assume these relics are just like fun little flavor things. They don't seem to be particularly plot relevant. But I guess we'll find out. Hey, buddy. You ever been to space, Loved Eyes?
Ooh, the
Always
investigation.
wanted to. Here, the moon's nice and quiet. Well, strap in. Beyond that door is space.
Sure.
Is that a metaphor or something? Ah, just hardcore space. This is the second Holy Seal. It's a rock floating through space. You know, the cosmos. The second Holy Seal is behind that door? Are you even listening? Yeah, one of the safeguards the killer got through. You gotta find a solution to the puzzle in the plateau to get to the rest of the building.
How?
How do you know about the second seal? Space has a stench. It's full of cosmic horror and existential nightmares. I can smell it. And the puzzle? I came to the island through... Let me try that again, sorry. I came to this island through a psychic corridor in space. I got a feel for these things.
Nanny the hell?
You could just... Did she just... Hold on. Did she just say Nani the hell? Okay. You could just solve a puzzle without any hints. Sure, why not? Imagine you put a rock in an empty drink can. You can turn the can and feel the rock move. You can shake it and feel it. You learn how the rock moves, and without seeing it, you can work out how to get it out of the opening, right? Like that, but the rock is a dumb puzzle designed by someone who thinks they're more clever than they are, and the can is space. So I can just feel my way through it. No, you aren't attuned. You're not from space. You can't feel the rock. Nor the can, speaking of cans. Well, how am I supposed to get through the puzzle, then? Are you kidding me? That's the You're the investigation freak, aren't you? That's what everyone says, right? Investigate! Think there's anyone else on the island that knows about this seal? Someone that knows about space. The prime suspect is that Henry guy, right? If he got through here, it might be because the demon inside him feeling its way through.
How?
How likely is that? Hell, I don't know. How likely is anything? If you're asking me to place a bet on it, I'd say it's good odds a demon that came here on a psychic pathway could find their way through.
Oh.
Like you. Yeah, like me. But, and this is key, it needed to be one that has the strength. I'm too weak. Henry's demons got a host,
Wow.
though. How could Henry survive on a rock in space? With great difficulty, I'd say. Demon inside him probably kept his body together, stopped his organs being sucked out his ears. Convenient? How'd you mean? Well, Henry and his demons suddenly got the bright idea to murder the council without any forewarning of what the seals are. It's convenient that his demon just so happened to be able to keep Henry alive in the depths of space. You're really hot when you're suspicious, you know? By the way, I got a present for you. You're gonna need some help if you're going to space.
Strange.
Space helmet? Figured you'd want to breathe and keep your insides in your body.
Where?
Where did you get this? I was poking about round here this morning. It's behind one of those planters. Looks like someone dumped it.
Sure.
Meaning someone had used it to go through the seal. Why are you asking me? Get your investigation freak on. Added some heart stickers to it. Makes it yours, don't you think? Which planta did you find it behind? The one with the statue. Never mind that. Focus on the big picture. You're about to go to space. Have you been in there? Are you listening? My body's too frail. I'm too weak to leave the
The
island.
investigator is here.
Aren't you worried about what happens when the island ends? How I'll blink out of existence? If I spent all my time worrying about trivial shit like that, I'd have no time to think about us.
That's weird.
Us? Yeah, maybe after you've saved this dump, you and I can take a long walk on the beach before...
Like this.
Let's talk about this another time, Shinji, and by another time, I mean not in this lifetime. Ah, whatever. Thanks, Shinji.
Key item obtained.
Well, I guess I can go to space now. The helmet's got blood on it. Oh no, they're pink petals. Sorry, I got so entrenched in the Danganronpa-ish vibes of this game that I briefly forgot that other games don't have pink blood. Yuri wears a hat with pink flowers. That's interesting. And this is some sort of maintenance hatch, I guess. Let's try going this way before we actually... I have a suspicion multiple people were active last night.
Those crystals
I have a suspicion that the complicated dealings are afoot, and that last night was multiple things crashing into each other. This looks like a cell
The
phone.
investigator is here.
Oh no, I guess it's just
That's
the edge of the
weird.
maintenance hatch. The anti-tamper seals are cut and the grate has been pried open. Need a thin tool to open
Truth
this.
is revealed.
Maybe it was Lydia's
That's it.
knife. And there's scrape marks. Interesting.
I need to investigate this.
Interesting. Well, I guess that would be a way to dispose of it. Nothing's stopping me from just taking fall damage. Alright, let's go to space. So, this is space, huh? Lovely looking esoteric plateau. What secrets does the second Holy Seal hold? Yeah, it's fucking space, alright. I've not seen these symbols before. There may be a clue on the island. Interesting. I'm guessing it's just a simple password lock. Alright, see you, Taz. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I guess I won't be getting into the crime scene without doing a bit more island investigating. Which, the fact that I'm going to have to go through any amount of hoops in order to get to the crime scene at all makes me think that there are some interesting things to be found at that there crime scene. Island Sequence 3.
Blood crystal obtained.
Thank you for the blood crystal. Well, this is all nice and spooky.
Relic obtained.
Nauseating offering gems. The Palace of Carnage. Yeah, this is not the vibe I expected the game to be throwing with all this stuff. Yeah, no, I didn't know that was part of the game.
Blood crystal obtained.
Thank you for the blood crystal. Is that where they said Henry was being kept? Yeah, I think that's gotta be the Desolation cell. Hey, buddy. You ever think about how messed up this is? Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully won't be another 5-hour VOD. What is? You guys are the bad guys.
Sure.
What do you mean? The Syndicate worship dying gods that want to rule the world and drown it in a sea of war and blood.
Sorry.
I don't see how that makes us the bad guys. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't. We're all heroes in our own minds, right? Catch you later! No, I think he's got a point.
Fast travel unlocked.
I'm doing okay on blood crystals. I think I can just start flinging them around to unlock fast travel points.
Starlight skins obtained. Blood crystal obtained.
I do have to wonder what's at the top of all this. I feel like it has to be important. In some sense. Like, I'm almost higher than the council building itself. Oh, you know what? What is all the way over there? Does that show the direction I'm facing? based on this, that might be the reality folding drive. No, I don't even know what way I'm facing. There's pyramids all over the horizon. I don't fucking know what that is out there. Maybe that's the prison where Henry is. Be kind of funny. The defeat of Lost Pain. Before we managed to flee the dark side of the moon. Interesting. Oh, hello there.
Investigator, I presume.
Oh no, she's French. The investigator, I presume.
Got it.
You appeared out of thin air.
Those are facts, but are they the truth?
Just because you couldn't see me, it doesn't mean I wasn't there before. I keep wanting to slip back into German. I blame
What
Celeste.
the hell?
Who are
My new
you?
name is one last Keith. That's
New
strange.
name.
There is corruption on this island, investigator.
My old self was left behind, taken from me. I have assumed a new form and a new name. Okay, I give up. I can't do a French accent to save my fucking life. She's gonna be German again. I'm sorry, on this stream, all French people are German. I wonder if you'll discover my old self. When you look around this island, what do you see? Unknowable secrets, always on the edge of my vision, rarely allowing me to focus on them.
This island is a thousand little tragedies waiting to be discovered.
I know where one is. When things die, where do they go? Do you think I am dead? If I am, where would I be?
Don't test me.
You want me to find your resting place? The Syndicate Graveyard? This little game better lead to something. I hope so too, investigator. Okay. Sure.
Relic obtained. Blood crystal obtained.
Only cool and normal things. Oh, I can probably get onto the roof from here. That seems pretty good. I just need to find the correct vantage point so I don't fuck it up. Well, here I am.
Blood crystal obtained.
I wouldn't have pegged this area as being traversable if my boy Shinji hadn't been standing over there. So thank you, Shinji. Very cool. What did I just pick up? What? Did I just pick up a side scene? I like the crows. Me too, they're comforting. Heard once that in the real world, someone made a video game where when you shoot a crow, they sometimes give you a grenade. Why were you talking to a citizen? I'm in charge of the abductions. But you shouldn't be talking to them. It messes with the integration. Don't patronize me. I run the abductions. You think I don't know that? You have no respect for me. You need to think about how you speak to people.
Relic obtained.
Okay, sure. What's going on, Shinji? This is it! The council building, where the bad shit went down. Can you feel it, loved eyes? The afterglow of murder? Of mass murder? Man, I'm getting hard.
Crime is repulsive.
It stinks of crime. It's repulsive. What went on in there? Who did what to who? How did the killer get in? There isn't an entrance on this roof. Some big investigating to do, eh? Enjoy! Okay, bye. These tire treads? Look like
What
it.
the hell?
Tire marks.
I don't.
Must be from Lydia. She's the only one on the island with a car.
I need to investigate this.
What was she doing on the roof of the penthouse? Okay, so... all evidence is pointing in the direction of Lydia having been present on that night, or at least Lydia's car and knife, which is, you know, pretty strong evidence when combined of it being Lydia herself who was present. The fact that it's giving it all to me so early makes me think it's probably not her that committed the murders, although she might be an accomplice.
That's strange.
This is repelling gear.
Sure.
Was someone trying to breach the building from
I
up
need
here?
to investigate this.
Maybe it could get you in behind the guards. Interesting. So... okay. So let's think. Lydia lands the car on the roof. She then rappels down to where the maintenance hatch is. Cuts it open with that knife of hers. Tosses... well, no, because the guards were probably killed with her knife, so I don't know what she did with the knife after that. I don't know if she was the one that killed the guards with it. But it would make sense if she landed up here, used her rusty-ass knife to break through the maintenance hatch, and then tried to sneak in the back.
Music obtained.
So that's a possibility. A lot of empty space on this roof. I want to make sure I don't miss anything back around here. Doesn't look like I did. Looks like it's just AC units all the way across. Making little noises every time she jumps. You go, Starlight. Or, not Starlight, Love Dies. Starlight's the computer. So what happens if I jump down where the repelling gear is? Or at least look over the side. Aha! Yep, that's where the maintenance hatch is. Uh-huh. I didn't even notice this when I was over here last time. That is interesting indeed. Whoops. Now, if Lydia were to sneak in the back, why would she need to murder the guards? I have to suspect something else is at play here. Unless Lydia specifically killed the guards after the fact and only did so to frame Henry. I mean, I still kind of don't think it's going to wind up being Lydia who was the ultimate culprit in the end, but I feel like she has to be prime suspect at this point, just based on, you know, the things I found just now. Where do I need to go? It's probably about time I went and paid Henry a visit. And that guy is located somewhere. Way out there, I guess. clicking on these areas doesn't do anything, huh? How do I even get out there is the question.
Oh. I'm glad to be back.
I don't need to use the footbath. That's okay. Everything's paid for with blood, huh? Thought I heard something. I like that there's an audio cue for items. It's a good call, I think. I want to make sure I have this fast travel point unlocked.
Fast travel unlocked.
Now that I kind of have a surplus of blood crystals.
Music obtained.
So these are the citizen apartments.
Oh.
Relic obtained. Blood crystal obtained.
I'm still looking for things that could... Ooh. Love dies. We have the suspect in custody. You are not necessary. So why are you calling? I am under orders to cooperate with you, Nino Rosito? Who's giving you your orders? Judge has assumed authority while this crisis is resolved. Haven't you been briefed? Or are you just wandering around without a clue? He has a suspect that was found with the murder weapon. He has motive and history. He was found with the council's blood in his stomach. We're not making a super collider here, Ninorosi. It's gotta be like a nickname or like a slur, something like that. Henry broke free, tore through the prison bridge, breached the holy seals, and murdered the council. Case closed, investigator. I hope this is as simple as it appears. The suspect is back under inhibitor sedation. Inhibitor sedation? Dami putere. Inhibitors are injected into him to keep him sedated. Go ask Doom Jazz if you want to know more. I'm guarding the suspect at the desolation cell on the rock if you need to speak to me again. Control panel to raise the bridge has been updated to accept your blood vial. Only I have access to the prison, but Judge ordered me to authorize you. The bridge across to the prison is on the south beach. Goodbye. Romanian for bitch. That's impressive. She's mean. I don't like her. Think I could do without her.
Blood crystal obtained. Music obtained.
So my immediate goal here is to go see Henry. I think that should be objective numero uno. Oh, I can stand here, I suppose. I guess this is how I get into the river, if that's something I'm interested in doing. And I guess the river is shallow enough that swimming is not a concern. Good to know.
Fast travel unlocked. Starlight skins obtained.
I just went in a giant circle around this whatever. There it is. Cool. I didn't want to overshoot it and fall all the way off. I would have been upsetty. Sewer maintenance access. Interesting.
Fast travel unlocked.
Man, this island is pretty big. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by how much crap there's gonna be to investigate. Hopefully it won't be too bad.
Plus crystal obtained. Plus crystal obtained.
Free blood crystals just all over this place, I guess. Oh, and that guy. I like Carmelina's dog. It's about the only thing I do like on this shithole island.
Bad feeling about this.
You're breaking my heart. Don't get the wrong impression, you're near the top of the good part of the
Glad to
list.
be back.
You've made my day, Shinji. Don't patronize me, loved eyes. Alright, Shinji's very productive. Except sometimes that's actually true, which is the frustrating bit.
Plus crystal obtained. Plus crystal
Alright, well
obtained.
I'm filthy rich after sweeping through this area.
Oh,
Relic obtained.
So, I'm gonna talk to Henry, and then I want to talk to Lydia, and then we'll see which lead I want to follow up on, but I think those are my two priorities. Like, I'm kind of approaching this from an Ace Attorney point of view of, like, the first things you want to do are investigate the crime scene and talk to the prime suspect. Like, that seems correct. Is this where I need to put the bridge down? I would think so. I found someone's severed arm. Okay. Anyways, I heard that time separates passion from conspiracy. Only in some crime.
the investigator is
You can
here.
be passionate about a slow conspiracy. You get what I mean, loved eyes. Don't pick apart everything I say. Enjoy the abstract. How much time did this crime take? Was it opportunity or a centuries-old plan? Time's a weird thing on these islands. Thank you, Shinji. Goodbye, Shinji. Again.
Game saved.
Hello, Ara. Welcome to Murder Solving. This game is a lot more Lovecraftian than I expected, which I think you'll appreciate. Oh, I found Lydia on accident, so I guess I'll talk to her first. How's the investigation going? It's progressing, going through my suspect list.
Come on, LD.
Am I on it? Guess I must be, right? We're all guilty until proven innocent when something like this happens, right? What about getting people to the next island? Anything strange? Well, I'm still in charge of getting the syndicate off this island and onto the next. Some of us got moved, but the rest are stuck here until you crack this thing.
What the hell are you talking
And
about?
I've done it for 23 islands without a problem. Once the council began meditating, I started moving us. Get a call, do a pickup, go through the gates, onto the next island. Repeat.
The
Island feels bad, LD. You buying this Henry story?
The island feels bad, LD.
I hope it's him, LD. If it's one of us, the syndicate could collapse. Akiko-chan found him at the scene. He had a knife in the Vic's blood, right? Paints a pretty convincing picture.
The investigator is here.
Maybe it's a little too convincing. Think something else is going on, LD. I'm worried it's too easy to buy except the Henry story. What if someone set him up?
I have a bad
These islands are
feeling
full of
about
power
this.
plays. What if this one is... What if this one... Okay, it's a typo. What if this one is exploiting our preconceived notion that the oppressed citizens will rise up given the chance? I think my one complaint about this game so far is that it could have used an editor. I feel like there have been a fair few errors in the text boxes, but I'm a nitpicker, so that's just me. And I like everything else about the game, so I'm not that bothered by it. That's a scary thought, LD. Do you have any problems with the
I'm
council?
glad you're back, LD.
Nope, me and Sammy are just living our lives, LD. We're not into the politics and scheming on the island.
Got it.
What about the rest of the syndicate? Anyone come to mind that has a grudge against the council?
God damn it, LD.
It's a dark line of questioning, LD.
Come on, LD.
People find out I've said anything, I'll get a target on me. You're an ex-assassin that's cooperating with the lead investigator. You'll be fine. I need your help, Lydia. I've been gone so long, things are weird on this island.
It's complicated.
You're telling me. Okay, because it's you. I've started to worry about a couple of
If you
people.
can prove it,
Yori's up to no
the
good.
investigator is here.
Makes you say that. We'll get into that later. Carmelina's the other one.
That's strange.
The architect? Why?
come on, LD.
Got feeling, LD. Okay, so there's other things I can ask about. I guess I'm just gonna ask through all of these. I think I might stop reading them just because I feel like I'm gonna be here forever. And I'm quickly realizing it's less fun if I do all the voices myself. Had I known it would be this text heavy, I maybe would have asked someone else along. But I'm not feeling it with just me. Where were you at the time of the murder? So Lydia said she was taking Sammy over. And theoretically, it should be
Sure.
confirmable.
Right on, LD.
Okay. What's Carmelina up to?
The island feels bad, LD. The island feels bad, LD.
Alright, I just got the same voice line twice in a row. Thank you, Lydia.
Come on, LD.
The investigator.
Good talk, LD.
Of course they're not gonna claim they have a motive.
God damn it, LD.
Yuri.
What the hell are you talking about, huh?
Shitty little kid, but one day he got buff.
Weird. Huh?
Interesting. This is an interesting first impression for this guy I've never met. May as well just ask her everything. Found your knife outside the penthouse.
What? I'm glad you're back, LD.
Disappeared,
Your
huh?
island feels bad, LD.
That's strange.
Come on, LD.
Don't test me. Why?
It's complicated.
Claims those are older.
What the hell are you talking about?
Sure.
What are you talking about?
Got it.
It's complicated. If you can prove it, I'm messing with you. Huh?
So she's playing dumb. It's true that all I have is circumstantial evidence, so I can't force a confession, but there is a lot of circumstantial evidence. Claims not to know a thing about that.
It's complicated.
Knows nothing about KXH. Or KHX, I already forgot which. I think it's KHX. I remember because I was thinking about making a THX joke when his name first came up. What is the... I clicked on the hangout button. I kind of just want to see what it does.
Let's go for a drive, LD.
Okay, so this is just like flavor stuff.
God damn it, LD.
I was born to investigate.
What the hell are you talking about? Huh? I'm glad you're back, LD. It's complicated. It's complicated.
Ah.
Good talk, LD.
Thank you.
Relationship increase. Is this game a dating sim?
Complicated. Come on, LD.
That's weird.
If you can prove it, sure.
Hmm.
It's complicated.
Interesting.
The island feels bad, LD.
I guess hanging out with people and raising relationship with them can lead to new talking points. Interesting.
Fast travel unlocked.
Alright.
Getting saved. Starlight skins obtained.
I remain steady in my quest to figure out how the hell to get over there. They said it's on the South Beach, so I guess I will simply not leave the South Beach. Which I'm pretty sure this is the South Beach. I like the splashy water sound effects. A simple pleasure, but a pleasure nonetheless. Shinji, what are you doing up there?
This is a work of art. The integrity of the syndicate is the canvas. A knife is the brush. Is it modern art? Abstract? Formal? Who can say? I've always hated art. Anyway, gotta run.
Talking to this guy gives me the exact same vibes as fucking Monokuma Theater. That's what it is. And it's not just the voice.
Relic obtained.
Somebody's down there.
Love crystal obtained.
Is that like a sewer output? Well, I can get in through here, I guess. Bars on the prison bridge.
the
Oh, that's how
investigators
Henry
here.
got out. This is the prison bridge. Got it.
Analyzing.
That's weird. Got it.
Thermite. Not demon powers. Noted. This is just a guard. Why is the guard calling me a freak? What's your deal?
That's strange. Ah,
Cool.
Nightmare computer.
I guess there's no option that's like between those two. I guess I just have to take the big one.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
Cool. I have raised the bridge to Motherfucker Island. Now let's go talk to the motherfuckers. Wow, this bridge is long. Wow, it's red over here. Ain't that some shit?
Fast travel unlocked.
A necessary fast travel point, I think.
Getting saved. Starlight skins obtained.
Very spooky out here.
Nenorochito.
What the hell?
Okay, so she's Romanian and just being an asshole.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
Good to see you again. Oh yeah, she is explicitly Romanian, I see.
Sure.
Che.
Henry's been here 10 years.
How?
That labajiu.
What the hell?
Durpa.
Sure.
Okay, so that was her knife, apparently.
Where?
Freak. Și asta ce înseamnă?
Primer's repulsive.
Rahat. That labajiu. Goodbye, nenorocito.
Ah,
Let's see, what's the report
I
say?
don't like this. That's weird. Ooh, the investigator is here.
When was the last time I drank water? I'll drink some right now.
I hate demons. Got it.
Correct dosage of inhibitors.
Got it.
No obvious issues with the medical report, I see.
Sure. What the hell? That's strange.
He couldn't have made it in time, I see. That's what I had a suspicion.
Henry Division.
Wow, he Angie.
Henry Division.
Sure.
Wanna have a nice little chat?
Oh, he's also apparently the only American sounding
The
character.
investigator is here. What the hell?
That is a hell of a way to phrase that, Henry.
Got it. When love dies, all that remains are the facts. Don't test me. Paradise feels wrong.
Okay, so
The
we got the books
investigator
from
is here.
elsewhere.
My mind is like a desert covered in fog.
I don't like this. The facts are... Don't test me. Got it.
I'm shocked, stunned.
This man is angry. All right, let's ask him some questions. I think the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna grill Henry, and then I'm gonna grill Akiko, and then we're gonna call the stream. I'm feeling like a shorter stream tonight. After the I don't have another 5-hour marathon in me like with Nirvana Initiative the other night.
My mind is like a desert. I must be the bad guy, right?
Okay, so Henry
Sure.
just fucking hates him.
The demon wants to see this island scorched into nothing. I spent my entire life adrift.
So he doesn't know. New night. Nothing there, no.
The investigator is here.
I see.
My mind is like a desert covered in fog.
Sure.
Yeah, these questioning Henry is not proving fruitful.
The demon wants to see this island scorched into nothing.
Got it.
So the demon was upset. Dodge Dusk, thank you for resubscribing for 5 months. I very much appreciate it, and hello to you as well.
I spent my entire life adrift.
Sure.
I must be the bad guy, right?
The investigator is here.
What?
Okay, well, bye, Henry. I had a dream where we were all playing offline Amogus. How are you and how is chat? I'm alright. I have no desire to play offline Amogus, but I'm alright. As for chat, Not sure.
Grand Marshal Akiko 14.
Alright, Akiko, let's talk.
Paradise feels wrong.
That Labajiu. Turfa!
Nanny, the hell?
Nenorocito! Ești pe bune? That Labajiu.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Nenorocit!
I have...
Goodbye, Nenorocito.
Wow, okay, so she is just not going to talk about anyone except Henry. I see where this is going and I don't like it.
Freak. Ce?
I need to investigate this.
Nenorocito! Nenorocito! Soldiers of honor. Do you want to die?
The investigator is here.
That Labajiu.
What time?
Nenorocito!
The investigator is here.
Nenorocito!
Alright,
The
so
truth
nobody can
remains
back up her
obscure.
alibi. Spicy.
Wistă.
Never mind, witness will confirm the phone call.
Thank you. Crime can...
Ești prost? Classified.
Got it.
Alright. Yeah, she's not being helpful.
Got it. Sure.
Ești pe bune?
Crime is repulsive.
Pull up. That's a lie, Nenorocito.
Crime. I have a bad feeling about this. Got it. When love dies, all that remains...
I'll kill you. I'll put your head on a spike.
Is this a fact?
I'm a soldier.
Got it.
Ești prost?
Sticking to her story, I see.
How?
Nenorocito. Wistă. Nenorocito!
Don't.
Nenorocito!
Ah, another damaged blade. Interesting.
Thank you. Sure.
Nenorocito, you're...
I don't like this.
Nenorocito, you're out of your mind!
I don't like this.
Alright. I'm just getting stonewalled.
Rahat!
Crime cannot hide.
Târfă! I'll kill you! Rahat!
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Alright, so her answer to everything is Henry did it. And when my counter argument is no, my computer says you're wrong, her answer is shut up, your computer's wrong. I see how this is gonna go.
Do you want to die? Rahat! Ce dracu?
Ah,
Hey, let's hang out.
Mister. Pri-
I have a bad
Nenorocito! Hai, that labagiu.
crime is repulsive. I was born to
Touch, dracu.
This has been delightful.
Relationship increased. I don't like her very much. I don't think I'm supposed to like her very much. She's very mean. I understand that at the end of the day she's doing a job, but she doesn't have to be such a colossal jerk about it. On that note, I think I'm gonna call it a stream.
Game set.
This has been intriguing and enlightening, much to ponder. I do not think any of the characters I don't think Henry murdered the council. I think Lydia was there that night. I don't think she murdered the council. Akiko, I'm not sure. The fact that her blade is damaged feels potentially notable. Otherwise, I think it's largely just too early. And we haven't even started prying into, like, some of the other mysteries of the island. I've been pretty much just focusing on this murder. There was a severed arm we found under a bridge. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with that. I assume somebody needs it back. But we'll see, I guess. But that's gonna do it for me for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. I don't know exactly when my next stream is going to be. My schedule's gonna get... starting on Monday, my real-life schedule is going to be permanently something completely different from what it has been, which means my stream schedule will probably mutate in a similar way. What the end result of that looks like, I haven't exactly sat down and mapped out yet. I know for a fact there will be a Somnium Files stream next Friday at the usual time. Beyond that, I'm not sure. In the meantime, as you know, all those fun, wacky social media links are down below the stream. I appreciate your continued support. I guess I could see if there's anybody to raid. It's still pretty early. Maybe somebody's streaming. Let's go to twitch.tv and find out. No. None of my mutuals are streaming, unfortunately. The moral of the story is I need more mutuals. Yes, I'll hydrate. I'm gonna end the stream here, though. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.